What's going on, everyone? My name's Encore, and this is Tomorrow Never Comes. And today, what I wanted to talk about is really more of a bigger picture of everything that's kind of happening now and how crypto kind of fits in there and kind of what my mentality is throughout this process and long term. Okay, so for anyone that's watched any of these videos and have been a part of my channel for any length of time, you'll know that I'm a long-term holder. I'm a long-term believer. Believer is the wrong word because that kind of implies that there is no substance behind it. It's just more faith-based, and there's nothing about Bitcoin or Ethereum or Ether that is faith-based. Okay, these are real tangible technological innovations that are happening, and that will actually take over, every sector. So, everything that what happens especially for those of us in the West, as we just look at certain events that play out, especially anything foreign that happens, as how does it affect the portfolio? And that is fair, right? There's a person, and then there is the investor. And as a person, as a human being, you always want to feel a certain way, right? You want to have empathy. You want to see betterment for everybody, and in all places. So there is that emotional part to it. And then, if you have a portfolio, the whole point of the portfolio, well, 2 points really. One is to not lose money or, lose a significant amount. And two is to make as much as possible. And you kind of have to balance that out, right? Obviously, we want to grow and make as much profit as possible, but at the same time, when turbulent times happen, you want to limit your losses, and you have to limit your psychology and the urges to sell, because I don't want to take any more losses. But just remember that anything that's in your portfolio now that is in the red, meaning you're losing or you've lost money, that's only on paper, and it's only when you sell will those losses become defined or definitive. So just keep that in mind. If they are good quality, if it's stocks or if it's crypto, anything that's quality and that's going to be around for a while, or you think it's going to be around forever or for a while, if you sell now, you've crystallized those losses. Okay, and if you don't, and you let it kind of sit and things rebound, and it does what you think it's going to do, then you never have a loss in that to begin with. Okay, so the psychology is very, very difficult for me, difficult for most people I know. That's when there's a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt in the market. You just want to get out. And that's really something that I would caution, and I would say try to mitigate those types of feelings. So, what's happening? I mean, we all know what's happening with Ukraine and Russia, and to be honest, I think even the markets, I know the markets were extremely surprised by how aggressive things have gotten. And I don't think it was a surprise for many that Russia would make a play somehow, some way, and that Ukraine may have even been a target for that. So I definitely heard that narrative before, or narrative that was out there. But I don't think anyone anticipated how aggressive they were going to be, and what the effects of that aggression was going to be, and how quickly it was going to happen. So the markets react a certain way. They price in certain certain outcomes that they think are going to happen, and if something exceeds that, good or bad, it will react accordingly. So things have been dipping for a while anyway, and then all of a sudden you throw in an event like this, which was unexpected in terms of the level of aggression, and things are going to happen even further to the downside for today. But you can see here, and this right here is the Bitcoin chart that we're going to go over, and right here where my mouse is. And we're going to see that it actually plummeted. Let me see if it's a little bit bigger for you guys. Okay, so it actually, let me see right here, came all the way down to around 34,500. 34,240, in and around there. And then I actually dipped before then to 33,000. And it came right back up to about 37-ish, 38, and now we're sitting around just over 38,000. So I can't stress this enough. The charts are great to have a handle on. The charts are great to trade off of. But if you are a long-term holder, the charts are kind of like a nice to have, right? I'm in this for the long game. I'm in this for 10 years plus. So I kind of have blinders on. And what the chart tells me, if I'm not doing any kind of short-term plays, which you can have a little bit of fun with, but overall what the chart's telling me is, man, that's a great time to buy. When I come down here, I'm going to buy. When I come down here, I'm going to buy, right? And we can see that the highs of Bitcoin, I mean, are way up in this region. So I don't pay it too much mind. Okay, and then if we go over to Ethereum, and you can see something similar. Okay, so we dropped all the way down here to about 2,300, and then right now we're sitting around just under 2,600 USD. So look, things are volatile, things fluctuate. It has been downtrending for quite some time as it is, and then you throw literally gasoline on this fire, which is what Russia is doing, and everything kind of seems chaotic. Now, here's my message, is that sometimes we just need to take a step back and soak in the reality of what's happening, that people are being injured, people are losing their lives, and they're losing their homes and their country and all that. Right? Bank accounts are being frozen. All these kinds of things doesn't really touch us in the West. We kind of see it more as, you know, it's just news, or it's happening somewhere else that doesn't really affect us. So we focus on the charts. And I just want to kind of take a step back today. And I understand everything that's kind of happening in the charts, in the markets, both stocks and crypto. But sometimes we just got to have a little bit of humanity and a little bit of empathy, and kind of look at the bigger picture, right? So again, I said that there's two parts of us. One is the investor, one is the human being, and I think today's a really apt day to touch more on the human side than on the investor side. I mean, having said that, make sure you have your stop losses in play if you are trading, and just be safe with the volatility that's out there, no matter what anybody says, good or bad, in terms of how the market is going to be, short term to medium term. No one has a clue. They may have a better idea, but they're not 100%. And so they're basing it off of probabilities. And probabilities can get skewed every which way, as we've seen now. So that's kind of what I wanted to highlight today. I wanted to highlight that let's kind of take a step back and get away from looking at price action, and kind of focus more on the humanity side of everything that's kind of playing out. And hope everyone's safe over in Ukraine, hope, and in around surrounding areas. And let's just kind of be empathetic to everything that's happening, and really try and get away from being the investor where it's just profit and loss. So that's where I'm going to kind of end this, guys. I just want to stress to all of you that sometimes it's good to take a step back and kind of see where you are and what the reality of the situation is. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's a little bit different, but I think it was warranted for everything that's kind of going on. So please, guys, if you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe, share it, hit the notification bell. And just remember that tomorrow never comes. And I think that has played out very, very clear for everyone with everything that's happening now. There are no guaranteed tomorrows. So just jump in the game, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.